I've got my little friend here, Delilah. Can I pick on you a little bit, Delilah? I want to ask you some questions. Can you help us out before we get started here today? Can you tell me, I went and visited you this morning, and you were telling me about one of the stories that you heard today in Godly Play. What was the story you heard today? Can you tell us?
The Good Shepherd.
The Good Shepherd, and then there was something about, what else? There was a table.
The table.
The table. Now you come sometimes and help me at the altar, right? This is a table, right? The altar's our table. And so when you come and help me, what is it that we are blessing together?
Bread and wine.
Bread and wine, absolutely. You're getting them all right. You're getting them all right. And when we share the bread and wine together, what is that called?
The Lord's Supper.
Oh, you're getting the hard answers. What is there a simpler word?
Communion.
Communion, absolutely. You're getting all the answers. Is somebody feeding you the answers? Or is somebody helping you get those answers? You know, that's a good thing. It's a good thing to know people who can help get the answers. That's a good thing. So don't lose that. If you don't know the answers, it's always good to find somebody who can help you. Now, that word communion sounds similar to some other words, doesn't it? Is there a word you can think of that sounds kind of like communion? It starts the same way? This one's a little trickier. Are there words that are similar to communion? Like, what are we gathered together? We are a community. A community, absolutely. We are a. Can we give a hand to Delilah here for helping me today? Now, Delilah didn't know that I was going to pick on her today, okay? But Delilah is 100% correct. We celebrate together communion, and that word communion is very closely related to the word community. And we at St. John's are a community. Now, when you came in this morning, you may have noticed something a little alarming in our community. Did you notice some yellow caution tape? And was the yellow caution tape alarming to you? It was alarming to me. Now, yellow is a color of getting our attention. That's why school buses are yellow. Did you know that? So we can see them. That's why school buses are yellow. So we know there are kids around, and we need to pay attention. Well, we have yellow caution tape to get our attention. And so now that we have our attention, and now that we are gathered here as a community, as Delilah has shared with us, I'm going to invite Mr. John Klems to come forward and tell us something about what we are doing as a community, and to celebrate some of our successes that we've had together as a community, and the direction that we are going together as a community. So thank you, Delilah, and thank you, John.
Father, I was just glad to see that there wasn't an outline of a person.
That might be me later. I might.
And there wasn't any roofing material on the ground? Good morning. My name is John Klems. I've been coming here roughly 40 years, and the community has changed, but the faith that goes on in this church has gotten better and will continue to get better. About a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was approached by Father Tim to be the chairman of the Capital Campaign Committee. And if you know me, I'm not the normal kind of guy that does things. I said I could do it if I do it my way. My way is not going to be sitting here and asking for nothing but money. I looked at our needs, and you may have seen some of the posters on the easels out back. We are in need of $360,000. Now pick your jaw up. I'm not asking one person. But we are needing to be able to improve our parking lot, which means not just fix it, we have to replace it. We have needs to be able to do electrical work, from the lighting in the parking lots, to the sign out front, to the lights in the church hall. So we're taking a big stab at a lot of things we need to be able to take care of. The other thing is in the sanctuary here. The carpeting is done its time, and we need to be able to improve our sanctuary. Besides Dan, how many people know when the last time we painted the inside of the church? Any idea? Well, yeah, you know, because you were running services other places. We had the roof fall in, and I mean seriously, the roof fell in 1996, and that's when we had to repaint the church. That's a long time for not having done anything paint-wise, simple thing of paint, let alone the other things we needed to do. And the reason is because we have 30-plus ministries here that understand the meaning of what our church is, and it's a church that serves. We go outside these walls and this parking lot and do things for the community, praising God and teaching people through actions. Our faith in this church is an action word. That means you don't just pray about it, you do something about it. So I accepted the position to be able to head this up, and I decided to be able to choose a few people that would help me make this happen, because I can't do it alone. The people on our campaign committee are Bob Trotter, Jimmy Diaz, Patty Prossery, in the corner hiding behind there, also Nancy Young, and Rick Mays. We have a pretty interesting group of people. Some are from 8 o'clock, some are from 10 o'clock, some are new to the church, some have been here for a long time. Our team has advisors to be able to help us keep on track when we have a problem. Spiritually with Father Tim, Buzz Isbin for the, why do we need this kind of thing for the facilities, because he's been here for a long time as the junior warden. And then we reached into the past and came up with Tom Meeks to give us some very intelligent information regarding the parking lot, because I think him and his company put it in. So, reality of $360,000 with the people in this church. How many people believe that they can just write a check for that? Because I'd like to personally thank them. We have been having 40 years of success. 40, that's quite a record. 40 years of church services, funerals, weddings, baptisms, AA meetings, Boy Scout events, church dinners. And that's just to name a few of the things we've done in the past. Well, to achieve our goal of this many dollars, our group has come up with just a few ideas to begin with, but we're willing to accept all kinds of different ideas. So some of the things that we're looking to do are everything from a rummage sale, to car shows, to dinners, to an art show and an art auctions, which they've already agreed to. We have a date on the calendar already for our art auction. If not been to an art auction from this church, you've not been a great comedy night. We're going to do some concerts. We'll do some karaoke nights. I'll get paid not to sing. But we're going to try to make people think different this time. We're going to make people think about what makes this church, and that is our faith. We made up some funny little things called God bucks. And I'm going to ask Peggy to maybe hand these out now. I'd like everybody to take one of these, and they're all a little different, because I'm not really good with the paper cutter. And I'd like you to fold them, put them where your credit card goes, where your money goes, put it where you can see it on a regular basis, from where you pull out the money for Starbucks and or for the church services that you come in here on a weekly basis. This is a reminder that you are St. John's. We are St. John's. This is not my church, no matter how long I've gone. And if this is your first time, let me emphasize this very strongly. This is not your church. It's not my church. It's our church. Think about what I just said. It's our church. We make the church up. The buildings that we're in right now, Chilton Hall, the parking lot, the sign out front, all those things are tools tools that we use on a daily basis to spread the word of God. Where our tools are need a little sharpening. They've got a few nicks, they've got a few chips, and we need to be able to sharpen them up. And the reason you want to sharpen them up is to draw more people in, to fill these pews with people that can come in and enjoy and celebrate the faith that we have. Now, I know as soon as I said the word money early on, a lot of people went, click. Well, I was privileged to be part of 2 golf tournaments. And we were trying on the first one to raise some money for one dog. We didn't know what we were doing. I didn't know what we were doing the second time, but we raised money. And that was based on not just me and the committee, but everybody that comes into this church and everybody that was affiliated with the church. We did that. Again, faith is an action word. When we put the milk can out and we ask for money for a specific cause to fund, I don't think once we've not come up with the money that we needed to fund. And it's been some big dollars sometimes. Well, this is a big dollar item that we're asking for. And we're going to, at the end of the service, as you walk out, and you think this is a pledge card, don't you? No. This is a commitment card. I want you to take it home with you, put it on the refrigerator, put it in your purse, pray about it for a week, and when you come back next Sunday or the next Sunday, have it filled out with you committing to St. John's. Because I'm not St. John's, we're St. John's. We've got to get to work. And it's a big job. But in God we trust. That's why we're using the concept of God bucks. We trust in the Lord that our efforts will be rewarded to be able to help others. We do not want to affect any current ministries going on. I don't want you to take money away from the food pantry to put money into the Capital Campaigns Fund. We need to keep all our other ministries going well because that's who we are also. We are St. John's. I may have rushed this a little bit because I'm about as frightened as you want to be right now. But I also want to be able to bring up something that was brought to me at church a few weeks ago, that the Our Father is one of the most inclusive prayers you can have. Simple enough, given to us by Jesus Christ, and I have said it many a times before I went into business and asked for sales from them. So before I conclude, there's 2 things I forgot to do the last time, and I'm not going to forget this time. If you decide to be able to contribute some money, please make sure it's earmarked for the Capital Campaigns Fund. You can put on there, We Are St. John's. You can put on their capital campaign. You can put on their parking lot. Whatever you want to put, that takes it out of the general fund for our church. It designates that money to go towards the capital campaign. Why is that important? Excuse me. Because our general pledge campaign that we have gets an assessment from the diocese. We don't have to pay that in our capital campaigns fund. All that money will be designated towards the projects that the capital campaign committee has decided. So, to try to wrap this up now with one more, well, again, I forgot something on top of that. On the web page, we have a button for online giving, and we also have a button that says We Are St. John's, and we have arranged that to be able to let you do online giving on a regular basis to the Capital Campaign Fund. I don't expect this to be an easy campaign. We'll probably take at least 2 years to get this money put together. And you're going, John, you're out of your mind. There's no way we can come up with that kind of money. And you're right. But my team is smart. Not me, but I picked the right people. my team has come up and put together ideas of grants and funders. Those are the people that give money to churches. And we're reaching out to them as we speak in the correct forms, in the correct words, and the correct manners to be able to get any kind of grants or funds from outside the church. Some of our activities that we plan to have are going to be things that reach outside our church. Just as in the golf tournament, we couldn't come up with the money to be able to do those things within our church congregation, we are going to reach out into the public and see how much we can get from generous people and generous companies. The people that are heading that up, so if you have any ideas on grants or fundraisers, Bob Trotter and Jimmy Diaz are wizards with the grants. And they're doing dynamic projects as we're speaking. When I was told 3 years ago that it was going to take $128,000 to do the parking lot, I went, man, I don't think this church can come up with that kind of money. That's a chunk. And then when I was told it was $253,000 for the parking lot, and I already accepted this position as capital campaign manager, this shovel went to work and it beat the living hell out of me. Sorry. But the team picked up and said, they've never said that we can't do that. And just like the milk can, I don't think the figure is the problem as much as the faith. If you believe, we believe, because we are St. John's. So I'm going to end this morning, and I'm going to be outside in the church hall after services, and I'm going to like to share together with you the Our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we believe who trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you.